In Matthew 24, we read Jesus' answer to his disciples' questions regarding the future. They specifically asked him about the timing of his second coming and the signs of the end of the age. And in verse 32 and following, Jesus says this, "From the fig tree learn this lesson. As soon as its branch becomes tender and puts out its leaves, you know that the summer is near." In the same way, when you see all of these things, that is the signs and signals that Jesus had just described in previous verses, you know that the end is near, even at the gates. The reality is that the world is getting more and more ungodly every day, and it will continue to do so. And as sin continues to prevail over creation, it groans under the weight of that curse. The Bible tells us that the entire cosmos, that is to say, all creation and everything in it, travails like a woman in labor, meaning that the actions of the people and the devastation of things like natural disasters will continue and even increase as the day approaches, until even the powers of the heavens, the sun, the moon, and the stars themselves are shaken. When you see these things, you should know that the coming of Christ is at hand. So what do we do with that? Should we worry or fear? Well, not at all. We are called to live in faithfulness, and by following Jesus and testifying to the truth of the gospel, we live above the tumult and the strife of the curse of sin. And if we live to see the signs of his return, we can marvel at his coming because we have believed in him and we have a place in his kingdom. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry.